I think the really worrying thing about the tourism is that, as we know, a lot of these industries, they make the money in 1 or 2 months that they then live on for the rest of the year. So if they miss the tourism season this summer, and then it's not going to have any money through the winter either. And obviously, as you then look further forward, we don't know that the tourist industry is going to be coming back to its current position anytime soon, perhaps never, especially if some of these big airlines go under. And perhaps people get more used to the idea that they have their holidays at home. There's no guarantee that there's a new influx of, say, Chinese tourism that's going to prop up the kind of declining into European travel ever again.
Christopher Dickey, we won't see the Chinese this summer. We won't see the Americans either.
No, Francois. I mean, I think I have to keep plugging stories in the Daily Beast. We had an excellent story by Barbie Nadeau saying that Americans are going to be the new pariahs of Europe when it comes to tourism. They don't have what it takes, literally what it takes, European passports that will allow them to move around here. Those who have European passports at least will be able to move around probably in the summer in the Schengen area. And then you have these corridors that are being developed where, for instance, Greece, Cyprus, and Israel will be having a lot of mutual tourism exchanges. But Americans are going to be left out completely. And I can't tell you how many friends I had or have who had hoped to come in May or June or July to Europe, and they're not going to be here this summer, not at all.
Well, let's turn now to our Loire Valley Bureau Chief, Catherine Norris-Trent. You're not very far from one of France's biggest tourist attractions, Chambord Castle, built under the Renaissance. And it is one of the top 10, top 5 even, every year in terms of tourist attractions. You went there last month.
The last time there was a sharp drop in takings was in 2002, in the aftermath of the 9/11 attacks. Back then, we recorded a loss of 8%. That's nothing compared to what we're seeing now. Internationally, it's hard to see how people will want to travel to Europe or within Europe looking forward to the summer.
Visitors are allowed back in the grounds at the moment, but not in the castle, and that's where they have to pay to get in. So it's a real catastrophe for Chambord and, of course, the other Loire Valley chateaux and all the other tourist attractions in France. And the Director General there, Jean Doucenville, was saying basically the international season this year, it's out. People have already planned their journeys. They won't be able to travel. We're looking at next year and we're looking at the future. And it's really catastrophic for them. Now, Chambord is a publicly supported tourism body. They get most of their income from ticket sales. But at the end of the day, they're not going to go bust because the French state is there. But then how many tourist attractions is the French state going to prop up? Tourism is clearly huge for France. It's on record as being the most visited country in the world year after year with 89 million people. Now, some of that is into European flights of people coming in and out of airports, but it's clearly a massive part of this country's GDP. So is the French government going to find the money to support all these tourism sites? Chinese tourists coming in is clearly huge, and that was a major growth market. We don't see that picking up anytime soon.